Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you guys? Are you fine? I'm Jan Ahmed Sadiq and today's model is biology. Now let's start by the first question in this model. The first question is asking, all of the following are branches of biology except one: cytology, geology, genetics, or taxonomy. Now here if we see cytology, genetics, and taxonomy are branches of biology, right? But geology are not. So the answer for question number 1 is choice B, which is geology. That means geology is not from the branches of biology. That means choice B is the correct answer for question number 1. Now question number 2, which one of the following technological innovations was copied from understanding of biological principles? Here we have submarine, microscope, incubator, and thermometer. Here what we have: microscope, incubator, and thermometer are instruments, right? But submarine, it's something technological innovations that copied from fish, right? From the understanding of biological principles. So that means the correct one for question number 2 is choice A. Now in question number 3, which one of the following types of magnifying device consists of eyepiece and objective lenses at the same time? Hand lens, reading lens, simple microscope, or monocular compound microscope? The correct answer is monocular compound microscope because it's a type of magnifying device that consists eyepiece and objective lenses at the same time. So the correct answer for question number 3 is choice D. Now question number 4 is asking, the iris of a microscope is used to what? Adjust the amount of light passing through the stage, support the high and low power objectives, or move the tube up and down, or hold the slide in place. Now the iris means the diaphragm, which is using to adjust the amount of light passing through the stage. So the correct answer for question number 4 is A. Okay, now question number 5 is asking, the part of the cell that controls the movement of materials into and out of the cell is the what? Is the cell membrane. Now question number 6, one of the following aspects of medicine does not need utilizing of biological knowledge, which is drug abuse, drug prescription, or treatment of disease, or production of antibiotics. Now here it says not need, does not need utilizing of biological knowledge. That means it is the drug abuse. Now question number 7, the structure of the skull is formed from what? Corneal and facial bones, humerus and radius, clavicle and scapula, or hip and limb bones? Of course it will be the corneal and the facial bones, because the structure of the skull is formed from corneal and facial bones. Now question number 8, among the following parts of the body, which one has a hinge joint? It will be elbow, right? We have here what? Shoulder, hip, elbow, and neck. So the correct answer for question number 8 is elbow. Now question number 9, if your arm bends at the elbow, one of the following events will take place. What it is? Of course it will be the biceps contract. It's also written in the biology of grade 7. It's written there. Now question number 10, depending on the presence and absence of flowers, which of the following plants is different from the others? Eucalyptus, mosses, furnace, or gymnosperms? The answer, it will be eucalyptus, because eucalyptus is depending on the presence and absence of the flowers, and also is different from mosses, furnace, and gymnosperms. Now question number 11, which one of the following statements is correct about the characteristics of angiosperms? They are what? Are non-flowering plants, or are less diversified than gymnosperms, or have seeds which is enclosed by fruits, or use cones for their mode of production? The answer is have seeds which is enclosed by fruits, angiosperms, but gymnosperms doesn't have. So that means the answer for question number 11, it will be the choice C. Now question number 12, what is the importance of pollination for flowering plants? To what? To produce seeds and fruits, or to move pollen grains from stigma to anther, or to prevent the flower from desiccation, or to prevent insects from landing on the nectar. The correct answer it will be to produce seeds and fruits. That is the importance of pollination for flowering plants. That means produce seeds and fruits. Now question number 13. The part of the seed that stores food, of course it will be the cotyledon, because cotyledon also have two types, dicots and monocots. Okay, now question number 14. Which one of the following parts of the root is correctly paired with its function? Okay, it says which one is correctly paired with its function. That means all of them are wrong except one. Now what we have in choice A, root cap, its function is produces lateral roots, and taproot, its function is to protect the growing region, or fibrous root, its function is produces food, or root hair, which is function absorbs water and minerals. Now A, B, and C are wrong. Root cap and its function is not to produce its lateral roots, or taproot is not its function to protect the growing region, or fibrous root doesn't produce food. So that means root hair is the correct one. Root hair absorbs water and mineral. Yes, this is the function of the root hair. Now in question number 15 is asking, Helen collects 4 flowering plants from the school compound and wants to classify into monocots and dicots. Okay, 2 of the plants have leaves with parallel venation and the other 2 plants have leaves with net venation. Which one of the following statements is correct regarding her classification? Plants with parallel venation leaves should be grouped under monocotyledons, or both net and parallel venation plants should be grouped under dicots, or plants with parallel venation leaves should be grouped under dicotyledons, or both net and parallel venation plants should be grouped under monocots. Now the correct answer for this question will be A. Plants with parallel venation leaves should be grouped under monocotyledons, and the net venation it will be for the dicotyledons. So that means the correct answer for question number question number 15, it will be the choice A. Now question number 16. Vegetative propagation of flowering plants is a mode of reproduction where new plants are obtained from the reproductive part, genetically identical offsprings are produced, new plants are formed by the fusion of gametes, or pollination of flowers is involved. The correct answer it will be genetically identical offsprings are produced, because it says vegetative propagation of flowering plants is mode of reproductive where genetically identical offspring are produced. Now question number 17. It is true to say that animals are what? Inhabitants of similar place? No. Autotrophic organisms? No. The base of given trophic level? No. Diverse in size, shape, and distribution? Yes. This one's the correct one. Now question number 18. Which one of the following stages of development is the correct sequence of incomplete metamorphosis? Of incomplete metamorphosis, that means it have only 3 stages, which is egg, nymph, then adult. That means the correct answer for question number 18 it will be the choice C. Now question number 19 is asking if the edges of lakes and banks of rivers are full of testy flies, how it can be controlled? By collecting the insect by hand? That's impossible. Letting chickens feed on the second insect, no. Driving cattle across the rivers? No. Trapping the insect by traps? Yes, this one is the correct answer, to collect the test flies from these lakes and banks of rivers. Okay, now in question number 20. How maize borer moth damages maize by what? By feeding the leaves and forming lines of holes, or by consuming the minerals that the maize requires, or by cutting the root of the maize, or by shading the maize from sunlight? The correct answer it will be by feeding the leaves and forming lines of holes. That the maize borer moth damages maize, right? How? It's by feeding the leaves and forming lines of holes. Okay, now question number 21. Large population, parental care, and division of work are not characteristics of what? Honeybees, ants, desert locusts, or termites? The answer it will be desert locusts. Okay, because it's not characteristics of the large population pattern, care and division of work, right? Now question number 22. If a farmer wants to harvest honey from a beehive, how could he protect himself from bees and do his task safely? Wearing light, colorful, smoothie material and smoke by combusting. The correct answer will be yes. A. Wearing light colored smooth. That means white, right? Wearing light colored smooth material and smoke by combusting a wood. Yes, this is the correct answer for question number 22. Now question number 23. Why are honeybees so fascinating creatures? Because they have what? A large colony which consists of 3 castes that live separately, or highly evolved level of cooperation without division of work, or a complex social organization with each bee taking on a predetermined role in the hive, or long lifespan and aggressive behavior naturally that they sting and intruder to protect their hive. The correct answer will be a large colony which consists of 3 castes that live separately. Now question number 24. Which one of the following options contains 2 aquatic and 1 terrestrial habitats? Is asking about 2 aquatic and 1 terrestrial habitats. Okay, we have here streams, seas and oceans, ponds, hills and rivers, foresters, mountains and lakes, rocks, ponds and soils. Okay, it's asking about 2 aquatic and 1 terrestrial. Okay, what we have here, streams, seas and oceans? No, 3 of them are aquatic. Okay, here in choice B we have ponds, okay, hills and rivers. Yes, this is the correct answer. Why? Because ponds are from aquatic. Ponds and rivers are in aquatic habitats, but hills are terrestrial. So that means the correct answer for question number 24, it will be choice B. Now question number 25. A grade 7 student collected insects and wanted to preserve them for future learning. How could he preserve the specimen? By killing the specimen using chloroform and placing it in a formalin, or drying the specimen using sunlight and dissect it into its components. Yes, the correct answer will be drying the specimen using sunlight and dissect it into its components. Okay, now question number 26. Which one of the following statements can be considered as a side effect of using biological knowledge in agriculture? As a side effect of using biological knowledge in agriculture. Okay. Accumulation of agrochemicals in plants, or using selective breeding in animal husbandry, increasing productivity through genetic modification of crops, production of crops with high quality through selective breeding. The correct answer, it will be accumulation of agrochemicals in plants, which is like can be considered as a side effect of using biological knowledge in agriculture. Now question number 27. As sphygmomanometer is used to measure blood pressure, stethoscope is used to measure the air pressure of the lung, measure speed of blood circulation, listen sounds produced from the heart and lung, listen sounds in the stomach as a result of digestion. The correct answer to be measure speed of blood circulation. Okay, now question number 28. All of the following are unicellular organisms except one. We have here worm, amoeba, paramecium and euglena. It says unicellular. Of course it will be worm. Worm is multicellular, but amoeba, paramecium and euglena are unicellular. So that means worm is not unicellular. Now question number 29. When a food particle approaches the pseudopod, extend forward on either side, flow around the fluid. When a food particle approaches the pseudopod, extends forward on either side, flow around the food particle and engulf it within a food vacuole. This is the feeding mechanism of what? Paramecium, euglena, bacteria, or amoeba? It will be amoeba, right? Because amoeba is using pseudopod to extend forward on either side, flow around the food particle and engulf it within a food vacuole. So this habit of feeding is for amoeba. Now question number 30. What is the ecological importance of paramecium? Decompose decompose dead matter or play a role in carbon cycle or supply nutrients in a cyclic way or absorb atmospheric pollutants. The correct answer will be play a role in carbon cycle. This is the ecological importance of paramecium. Now question number 31. Bacteria are identified from other organisms by the absence of what? Locomotion structure, membrane bounded nucleus, well-known reproduction system, or cell wall and plasma membrane. The correct answer it will be membrane bounded nucleus, because bacteria are identified from the other organisms by the absence of this thing, by the absence of membrane bounded nucleus. Okay, now question number 32. Which one of the following cellular parts of unicellular organisms is not used for movement? Is not used for movement is pelicille, cilia, flagellum, pseudopod. All of these three are using for unicellular organisms is using it for movement, but pelicille no. Now question number 33. Which technological product is used in biological to keep materials cool? It is freezer, right? The use of freezer. Now question number 34. One of the following statements describes the negative rules of technological for the progression of biology. Observing invisible living organisms using microscope, or polluting soil and water using agrochemicals, or keeping premature newborns in infant incubators, or improving nutritional values of food in crops. The correct answer it will be improving nutritional values of food in crops. Okay, now question number 35. How does an euglena reproduce? It by asexually by binary fission. This is the reproduction of euglena. Now question number 36. Where is the common habitat for yeasts? They live on the skin surface of the fruits. This is the common habitat for yeasts. Okay, now in question number 37. Which types of plant cells contain large number of chloroplasts? Upper epidermal cells, palisade cells, or root tip cells, or lower epidermal cells? The correct answer it will be upper epidermal cells that contain large number of chloroplasts. Now question number 38. What are the conducting tissues that transport water and food in plants? Mesophile and epidermis, or lumen and palisade, or penetrachium and colonaceums, or xylem and phylum? The answer is xylem and phylum. Now question number 39. In which of the following systems does useful and wasteful materials are transported throughout the body? Respiratory system, circulatory system, digestive system, or nervous system? The correct answer it will be the nervous system, because nervous system is the useful and wasteful materials are transported throughout the body. Now question number 40. How contraceptive pills prevent unwanted pregnancy? By preventing ovulation of egg cell, because these contraceptive pills the women are taking it. Okay, now question number 41. A traditional practice of removing external genital which results adverse effect during mating, pregnancy, and childbirth is known as what? Female circumcision, and this is a crime also. Okay, now question number 42. At the base of the urinary bladder, alkaline fluid is produced for sperm cells motility throughout the vagina. Which reproductive structure is responsible for this role? It will be the prostate gland. Prostate gland is the reproductive structure that's responsible, and also it's the urinary bladder alkaline fluid that's produced for sperm cells motility throughout the vagina. Now question number 43. What is the function of scrotum? To store sperm cells, to produce sperm cells, or to lubricate the penis, or to ventilate the testes? The correct answer will be to ventilate the testes. Now question number 44. In both males and females, what is the primary sexual characteristics? Primary sexual characteristics means that both of them have the same thing when they was in primary sexual. That means the correct answer to be born with 6 organs. Both of them was born with 6 organs, but sexual maturity, enlargement of sex organ, and desire to opposite sex, these things are in the secondary sexual characteristics. Now, question number 45. At the time of puberty, okay, which type of change can be occurred in females? So that means there will be deepening of voice. No, deepening of voice is this in males when they are in puberty. Starting of menstruation, yes. This one is the correct answer. When they are in puberty, they are starting of menstruation. Now, question number 46. There is outflow of blood through the vagina at the time of menstruation. What type of cares should girls take during this time? Take contraceptive pills? No. Decide to be absent from school? No. That's not much of. Decide to be absent from school? No. It's not danger to let you be absent from the school. Use traditional medicine to stop bleeding? No, that's danger. Use sanitary products for additional hygiene? Yes, this one is the correct answer. Now, question number 47. How sexually transmitted infections could be prevented? Avoiding adultery, punishing prostitution, allowing multisexuality, using traditional medicines. The correct answer will be avoiding adultery, because it says sexually transmitted infections could be prevented by what? Avoiding adultery. Okay, now in question number 48. What is fertilization? It is the process by which the ovum finds its way to the uterus? No. Male sex cell fuses with the female sex cell in the uterus? No. Egg cell moves from the ovary to the fallopian tube? No. Nucleus of sperm and egg cells combine in the fallopian tube? Yes. This one is the correct answer. Now, question number 49. HIV/AIDS has a negative effect on the economy of a society due to the fact that it increases consumption of natural resources, decreases population growth, and improves food security, maintains socio-economic orders and gender equality, or affects persons in the most economical and productive age. The correct answer, it will be affects persons in the most economical and productive age, because it says HIV/AIDS has a negative effect on the economy of a society due to the fact that it would affect persons, of course, in the most economical, because we are asking about the economy of a society, economical and productive age. Okay, now in question number 50, it's saying the following persons were engaged in activities related to HIV/AIDS. Okay, Helen took voluntary counseling and HIV/AIDS test. Okay, Esheto stigmatized HIV positive people. Adamo used condoms during sex. Kia stopped greeting with HIV positive people. Lydia abstained from any sexual activity. Now, which of the following or which of the above individuals are assertive to prevent HIV/AIDS? Esheto, Helen, and Lydia, or Adamo, Helen, and Kia, or Adamo, Helen, and Lydia, or Helen, Kia, and Lydia? The correct answer, it will be Adamo, Helen, and Lydia. Why? Because Adamo here used condoms during sex. Okay. Helen took voluntary counseling with HIV tests. Okay, that's correct. And Lydia abstained from any sexual activity. Also, this one is correct. To prevent HIV/AIDS. That means Choice C is the correct answer for question number 50. Now in question number 51, it says suppose the student observes an animal cell under a microscope, draws the following diagram. Okay, now in the above diagram, which part of the cell indicated by letter Z? It will be the nucleus, right? That's inside the cell. It's in the center of the cell, so that means nucleus is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 52, the dental formula of a man is 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. What is the total number of canyons? That means 2 over 2. The correct answer, it will be 4. Why? Because 1 over 1, right? 1 over 1, then 1 times 1. Wait, here I will write it. What we have here, canyons are 1 over 1. Okay, then here times by 2, both of them times by 2, then you will have 2 over 2, then add them. When you will add 2 plus 2, you will get 4. So that means B is the correct answer for question number 52. Now question number 53 is asking what? Suppose the total area of a habitat is 400 meters squared and 1 meter square quadrant is placed in randomly selected areas. If the average number of plant species in 20 randomly selected areas of the habitat is 2, what will be the number of plant species of the habitat? It will be 40. Because 2 times 20 it will be 40. Now question number 54. Here what we have, consider the following diagram of a food web. Okay, based on the above food web, which one of the following animals are the secondary consumers? It will be the foxes and the owls and the birds. That means foxes, owls and birds are the secondary consumers. Okay, now question number 55. This item is based on the following diagram of pyramid of numbers. Here we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Which number indicates the trophic level that contains high number of organisms? Then the answer, it will be the base one, which is 1. That means choice D is the correct answer. Okay, now in question number 56, answers this item based on the following diagram of female's reproductive organ. In the above diagram, which part of the female's reproductive structure is indicated by number 1? Here we have in number 1, that means here it's for a tube, right? And this tube is called as the fallopian tube, or by another name is called also oviduct. So that means the correct answer for question number 56 is choice C, which is oviduct. Now question number 57, consider the following diagram of male's reproductive structure. Which number represents the vast difference? The vast difference is in where? Here in number 1 or in number 4 or in number 2 or in number 3. The vast difference, it's like a tube. So that means it's in number 1. So that means the choice C is the correct answer for question number 57. Now question number 58. Ruta placed a prepared slide of amoeba on the stage of the microscope. If she observes the specimen with the ocular lens and objective lens having magnification power of 10x and 4x respectively, what will be the total magnification? First of all, make 10x times 4x. How many it will be? 40x, right? So that means the correct answer, it will be choice C, which is 40x. Now question number 59, consider the following diagram of menstrual cycle. Here we have the lateral phase and we have the follicular phase. Now here what is saying, if the bleeding period of a woman is indicated by days 1 until 5, okay, then the days when the woman is highly fertile is between what? It will be between 12 and 16. Okay. Now question number 60 is asking, consider the following graph which shows the prevalence, new cases and deaths from HIV/AIDS in the world. Here we have the data, and here is asking from the above graph which one of the following statements is correct. The number of AIDS related deaths increased throughout the 1990s and reaches a peak in 205. Yes, this one is the correct one. Why? Because if you can see here, it was 1990, right? And also the dates from HIV/AIDS was high in 2005. So that means this is the correct answer, the correct statement for question number 60. Now here we have the following items are only for blind candidates, but we can also answer it because more informations. Now it's 10 questions. The first question said 51 or 9 questions. Number 51, which part of the cell contains the genetic material? It will be the nucleus, right? Okay, the front teeth with chisel edge are what? Molars, incisors, premolars or canines? The correct answer, it will be incisors, because it says chisel edge. front teeth with chisel edge. It will be the ancestors. Now in question number 53, what is the first step of using quadrats? Counting the number of plant species in the area. This is the correct one. Okay, that means it's the first step. Now question number 54, which one of the following animals are the primary consumers? We have lions, grasses, sheep and foxes. Primary, that means from the plants, that means is no, first of all it says animals are the primary consumers. Primary consumers, that means the sheep. Okay, now question number 55, which one of the following trophic levels of a food chain can contain high number of organisms than the others? Second trophic level, third trophic level, fourth trophic level, or first trophic level. Of course it will be the first one, which is the first trophic level, which contains plants or herbivores. Okay, in question number 56, a tube where the egg is moved from the ovary to the uterus during ovulation is called what? Vulva, clitoris, oviduct, or cervix? First of all, as we said, that this tube is called also fallopian tube, right? And it's also known as oviduct. Now question number 57, which part of male's reproductive organ transports sperm cells from epididymis to the urethra? Bladder, penis, sperm duct, or ejaculatory duct? The correct answer will be the sperm duct. That's like is a male's reproductive organ that transports sperm cells from epididymis to the urethra, right? This is the sperm duct. Now in question number 58, the total magnification of a compound microscope is the product of magnification power of what? Ocular length and original size of the specimen, objective length and original size of the specimen, or ocular length and objective length, or high and low power objective lenses. It says the total magnification of a compound microscope is the product of magnification power of objective length and the original size of the specimen. Okay, now question number 59, which phase of the menstrual cycle is characterized by the release of egg from the ovary? It will be the secretory phase. Okay, now in question number 60, HIV/AIDS should be critical issue in Addis Ababa because what? The people become careless and new infections increase, or infected people are disconnected from social activities, or productivity decreases in the previous years. Drugs for infected people are not available. The correct answer is that the people become careless and new infections increase, and this is a problem in the community, and this is a critical issue. So that means choice A is the correct answer for question number 60, and this was the last answer for the last question in this model. I hope that you benefit from these answers, and inshallah in the coming videos we are going to make more models and we will solve it together. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Goodbye.